Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everyone. My name is Sydney.
And I am Mike. Yes, welcome. We are going to be talking about the weather for a few days. That's right. We have 3 dialogues for you over the next 3 days, all about talking about the weather. And this is a really good topic. This is a really good thing to talk about. If you ever meet someone and you're making small talk or casual conversation, talking about the weather is a wonderful topic because, you know, we all live in the world. We all have to deal with the weather. We all, well, not all of us, but many of us like those sunny days and don't like the rainy days, but the weather is always changing as well. Have you ever chatted about the weather with people you've just met?
I have. All the time. Like you said, the weather's always changing and there's always something to talk about. Whether it's nice and sunny, whether it's been kind of rainy and doomy and gloomy, whether it's overcast, whether it's freezing or really hot, the weather is always a really, really great topic of conversation to have with someone that you know or maybe someone that you just met.
It definitely is. And I would say certain people from different countries talk about it maybe a little bit more, like the weather in some countries, maybe not Taiwan, but in other countries it can change a lot even in one day.
Yeah.
I know British people always talk about the weather because it can be rainy or it can be sunny, maybe rainy in the morning and sunny in the afternoon, and then tomorrow will be all different as well. Yes, maybe in Taiwan when it's hot from June to October, there's a little bit less to talk about, but I know people always want to tell you when there's a typhoon coming.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Here in Taiwan. So it's a good, safe, and easy conversation to have, and you can learn about the world around you too. So let's get into it. We have a couple of friends having a little conversation about the weather. So let's find out what they're talking about.
All right, let's do it.
Wanda and Otto are watching the weather report.
Please turn up the sound. I can't hear the reporter.
No problem. Oh no, the weather today isn't so good.
Yeah, it is cool and rainy. Also, there will be a thunderstorm later.
Okay, yes, talking about the weather is what we're going to be talking about or listening to some people talk about. As it says there, we have Wanda and Otto. They're talking about the weather. What exactly are they doing? At the start of the dialogue, it says, Wanda and Otto are watching the weather report. Useful thing to watch on TV, maybe on your TV news, or they also have weather channels, or you can watch a weather report. And I generally will check out the weather report in the morning, you know, before I leave to know what clothes to wear. And a report is basically an item of news. When someone tells you about something, when they kind of give you the important facts and information, it might be something you have to do. You might have to do a book report in school, read the book, and then write about it to tell your teacher what you've learned. Your boss in a job might say, give me a report on that company we want to buy. So you go out, you learn things, do research, and put it all, the important information, put that all in a written form so people can learn from it. And of course, the weather report, well, it'll just be a lot of symbols, sun, cloud, rain, hot, cold, that kind of thing. So let's find out what the weather report says. I hope it's good.
I know, fingers crossed. All right, let's see. So Wanda says, please turn up the sound. I can't hear the reporter. Okay. So like you said, they're actually watching the weather report. So if you're watching the news, if you're watching the weather report, you want to make sure that you can actually hear the sound coming from the TV so you can actually hear the meteorologist or the weather reporter deliver you the weather for the day. So when she's saying to please turn up the sound, she's just saying to please turn up the volume, turn up the level of sound on the TV so she can actually hear it. That's all. When we talk about sound, right, that's typically the noise that something makes. And in this case, she's talking about the specific volume on the TV. She needs it to be loud enough so she can actually hear the weather report, so she knows what the weather is going to be like for the day.
That's right. Of course, you might get a little bit of information just by watching, but it's better to hear what the person is saying. And it's also very important to hear what Tina is saying. She is going to be giving our grammar and vocabulary report on our show. So let's go over to her and make sure you have the sound turned up nice and loud.
Hello, I'm Tina. 今天我们来聊聊天气的话题。同学们平常会跟朋友聊天气吗？ Wanda 和 Otto 正在看气象预报。Wanda 请 Otto 把声音调大一点。他说：“我听不到播报员的声音。”我们来看看单字。Report 名词，报道。那么 reporter 就是记者、播报员。The report was short and easy to understand. 这则报道很短，也很容易懂。Sound 名词，声音。I heard a strange sound at night. 我晚上听到一个奇怪的声音。文法的部分刚刚提到了 turn up 调高音量啊，或者是温度等等。相对的用法就是 turn down 调低。比如说 Sherry turned up the radio in the car. Sherry 把车上的收音机音量调大了。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, guys, we are back. We're with Wanda and Otto as they are watching a weather report on TV. Well, they're trying to watch the weather report on TV, but Wanda can't hear it. She couldn't hear it, so she asked Otto to turn up the sound, turn up the volume. So back in our dialogue, he says, no problem. When someone asks you to do something and it is easy and you are happy to do it, you can say back to them, sure, no problem. That's easy to do. I'm happy to help. So no problem. He probably just presses the button on the remote or turns something on the TV, presses a button. Anyways, the sound gets louder, the volume goes up, they can hear it. Oh, but what they hear is not good. We know that because Otto says, oh no, the weather today isn't so good. He could say the weather today is kind of bad, but it isn't so good is kind of a nicer way of saying it's not terrible, but it's not what we would like.
Yeah, I wonder what the weather report says. Is
Disappointing.
it rainy or cold? Is there a typhoon?
I guess their trip to the beach might be canceled. Yeah,
oh
who knows?
no. All
Let's
right,
find out.
let's find out. So Wanda says, yeah, it is cool and rainy. Oh, okay. Then she says, also, there will be a thunderstorm later.
Ooh.
Okay, so maybe they had plans to go to the beach or maybe take a nice walk in the park, bike ride, hiking, maybe a nice picnic or something. But obviously, if there's rain in the forecast, especially if there's going to be a thunderstorm, which has lots of thunder and lightning, that's not really ideal weather to be outside. So unfortunately for Wanda and Otto, they can't do anything outside, I don't think.
Yeah, looks like they'll be stuck inside watching TV, playing games, reading a book, or taking a nap. Let's go over to Tina. She has a lot to tell us, and it's going to be wonderful, much better than the weather in our dialogue.
Otto 说没问题，接着发现今天天气不太好。Wanda 说对啊，天气凉凉的又下雨，而且晚一点还会有雷雨。这里有一个文法重点。No problem， 没问题，这是一个口语用法，也可以说 not a problem。举例来说 ，Can I borrow your pen？ 我可以借你的笔吗 ？No problem， 没问题。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, so we've just found out, I guess from Wanda and Otto, that from their weather report that they were watching, obviously the weather report isn't looking too good, as Otto said. It looks like it's going to be cool, rainy, and a thunderstorm's going to come in. So what are they going to do? How are they going to spend the rest of their day? So we are going to go to the second part of the dialogue to find out, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
I don't like thunderstorms. I am okay with the lightning, but the thunder scares me.
Lucky for you, the thunderstorm won't last. Tomorrow is sunny and clear.
It also isn't too hot. That is good.
Those kinds of days are my favorite.
I like them a lot too.
Okay, guys, we are back and we are looking at a not so good weather report along with Otto and Wanda in our dialogue. I guess they were planning maybe to do something outside. Maybe it's the weekend. They want to go out, have fun. But the weather was not helping them. It was going to be cool, rainy, with a thunderstorm later in the day. And that thunderstorm is the worst news in this weather report. As Otto says, I don't like thunderstorms. Well, I mean, generally, unless you like to be inside and look out the window, it's not a nice time to do things outside. It's not even a nice time to be in a car. And, it can be dangerous because thunderstorms have a lot of rain, of course. They also have the other things. And these are the things that Otto is really not a fan of. He says, I am okay with the lightning, but the thunder scares me. That's right. It's called a thunderstorm, but really it comes with two things. Generally, three things: thunder, lightning, and rain. The rain will always be a part of it. Whenever you have a rainstorm, water falls from the sky. Of course, that's the rain. The lightning is that bright flash of light when static electricity gets released in the clouds and it goes down to the earth. And of course, we all know that from that bright flash of light that you might see, and then you might also hear a few seconds later, depending on how far it is, the roar of the thunder. That kind of crazy sound that comes through. My mom used to say, oh, it's God bowling.
Oh,
right?
I love that.
You bowl and then it knocks over all those little things, kind of makes that sound, and that, of course, is kind of like thunder, and it can scare people. I remember as a kid, the lightning would flash, and then you'd wait for that loud boom from the sky. The boom, the sound is the thunder. The flash, the electricity is the lightning. But it's the thunder that scares him. When you're scared, you feel fear. You feel in danger. You don't know what's going to happen, and you don't want to be in that situation. It can happen for a lot of reasons. If you hear a noise at night in your house and you're alone, what's that noise? Is someone breaking in and stealing my stuff? I'm scared. Or it could be when someone says, look out, and you turn and there's a baseball flying at you, or a car is very close to you. You get very scared. You feel fear in a very quick moment. And of course, you feel that you are in danger. We should tell Otto, it's okay, Otto.
It's
the
perfectly
thunder
fine.
won't hurt you.
Yeah.
The lightning could hurt you.
I was going to say the lightning might.
If you're outside.
That's very possible.
But the thunder can't hurt you. The thunder is just the sound of that electricity being released. That static electricity. It's the sound of the thunder. But yes, it can scare people, young kids, animals too, right?
Animals too. Dogs especially get
and,
very, very scared whenever they hear thunder. It's very,
true.
very normal.
Yeah. So that is normal, but don't worry. As long as you're not outside in a thunderstorm, you should be fine.
All right, so Wanda says, all right, well, don't worry. Lucky for you means, lucky for you, meaning a good thing. Lucky for you, the thunderstorm won't last. Okay. Then she says, tomorrow is sunny and clear. Okay, sunny and clear, meaning clear, maybe, no clouds, maybe blue skies, no rain. Nice and sunny, perfect for a day to be outside.
There you go.
And then she says, the thunderstorm won't last, meaning it won't go on for too long, right? When we say, oh, it won't last, or how long is this going to last, we just meaning in terms of the length of time of something. So if the thunderstorm won't last, maybe it's not going to last that long. It'll only be maybe rainy and cool for today. The thunderstorms typically only last for maybe an hour or two, a couple hours maybe.
Yeah.
Then they pass, they don't last too long. So it sounds like the thunderstorm will only be happening for a short amount of time.
Good. Hopefully it won't be too long and they will be getting outside and enjoying the nice weather that will come after the storm passes through. Let's go over to Tina one more time.
Otto 不喜欢雷雨，闪电没关系，但雷声会吓到他。Wanda 说 Otto 很幸运，这场雷雨不会持续太久，明天会晴朗无云。我们来看单字 scare 动词使惊吓，使恐惧。The loud noise scared me. 那个很大的声音吓到我了。 Last 动词持续。The meeting lasted 1 hour. 会议持续了1个小时。文法的部分刚刚提到了 lucky for somebody， 某人很幸运。Lucky 指的是幸运的、运气好的。比如说 Lucky for Susan, she found her phone. Susan 很幸运，她找到了手机。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, back in our dialogue, they're talking about how the thunderstorm is on its way. Otto doesn't like the thunder, that loud noise that comes along with the lightning that flashes in the sky. But Wanda told him, don't worry, it's going to go through soon. Tomorrow it should be clear and warm again. It should be a nice day. So hopefully tomorrow they'll have blue skies, a few little fluffy white clouds, and they'll be able to go out. But they're also mentioning that there are some maybe good things about having a thunderstorm once in a while. Otto says it also isn't too hot. That's true. When it's a hot sunny day and then a bunch of clouds come in and bring rain, the temperature can go down. And like in Taiwan, when it's really hot in the summer, you might find a few hours after it rains or the day after a typhoon, for example, it will be a little cooler, a little more comfortable. So it isn't too hot. It isn't very hot. And he says that is good. So, there are some good things that come along with all that rain, thunder, and lightning.
Yeah, very true. All right. And Wanda says, those kinds of days are my favorite. And I would have to agree. I'm someone who really loves spring. I love summertime. I love going to the beach and hiking and having picnics. But when it is kind of too hot outside, especially in Taiwan with the very intense humidity, it does kind of feel like, you know what? Maybe being outside in the middle of July in Taipei isn't the best idea. It can definitely feel a little bit too hot. So I'm glad for them that the clear sunny day that they're going to have won't be too hot, and it sounds like it'll be very enjoyable.
Right after the storm, it'll be a little cooler. Also, you find the air is fresher because all that wind has kind of blown all the bad air away. So that's a nice thing. And so Wanda mentioned there that those days are her favorite, the day when it's cool, sunny, maybe after the storm has come through, the temperature is lower, the air is fresher. So she really likes that. It's her favorite. When something is your favorite, it is your number one. That is the one you like the most. There may be many others. You may like some of those, but if you really had to choose, this one would be your favorite. It would be number one on your list. And of course, everyone might have a different favorite. This is actually another good thing to talk about with someone you just met. What's your favorite movie? Who's your favorite singer? Who's your favorite player in the NBA? Who do you like the most? And then you might tell them why, and everyone will have a different opinion. So that's a nice thing to share, to talk about. Back to Otto, he says, I like them a lot too. So those clear, warmer days, maybe after a storm, Wanda is a fan, and Otto is also a fan. He also likes them. He likes them a lot too, or as well. All right, let's go over to Tina one more time.
Otto 接着说，而且明天的天气也不会太热，蛮好的。Wanda 最喜欢那样的日子了 ，Otto 也是。我们来看看单字 favorite 名词，最喜欢的人事物。This song is my favorite. 这首歌是我最喜欢的。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, so we have just spent our first day with our two lovely characters, Wanda and Otto. They started off by, watching the weather report and making sure that they knew what kind of weather to expect for the day. And once they kind of found out that, today's really not going to be that great, they kind of maybe postponed whatever plans they had for the next day. And they found out that the next day was going to be nice and clear and sunny and their favorite kind of day, which is one that is not too hot.
There you go. So hopefully they'll enjoy whatever they wanted to do today. They can do it tomorrow when the weather gets better. All right, guys, we're going to have another dialogue for you tomorrow. This will be featuring Joel and Haley as they have a conversation also on the topic of the weather. So make sure you come back for that. And if it's a thunderstorm tomorrow or even a typhoon, you have no excuse because you don't have to go outside. So we will see you here, rain or shine.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Wanda and Otto are watching the weather report.
Please turn up the sound. I can't hear the reporter.
No problem. Oh no, the weather today isn't so good.
Yeah, it is cool and rainy. Also, there will be a thunderstorm later.
I don't like thunderstorms. I am okay with the lightning, but the thunder scares me.
Lucky for you, the thunderstorm won't last. Tomorrow is sunny and clear.
It also isn't too hot. That is good.
Those kinds of days are my favorite.
I like them a lot too.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，report 名词报道 ，sound 名词声音 ，scare 动词使惊吓、使恐惧 ，last 动词持续 ，favorite 名词最喜欢的人事物。接着我们来看一下文法的部分 ，turn up 调高音量、温度等。I am hot. Can I turn up the fan? 我很热，我可以把风扇开强一点吗 ？No problem. 没问题。I need 5 more minutes. 我还需要5分钟。No problem. Take your time. 没问题，你慢慢来。Lucky for somebody. 某人很幸运。Lucky for Todd. There is no quiz today. Todd 很幸运，今天没有小考。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I'm ready to jump in.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between certificate and license.
But before we dive in, let's go over how the game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between certificate and license.
So, join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, first up, you need a blank to legally drive a car. Which one fits?
That's license.
Correct. A license is an official document that gives you legal permission to do something. Next one. She received a blank after graduating from business school. Which one fits?
I think that's certificate.
Correct again. A certificate is written proof of completing or participating in something.
Great. I'm getting better at this.
All right, time for a breakdown.
First, certificate is a noun that refers to a formal document proving a fact, achievement, or qualification. For example, he finally earned his teaching certificate after passing the final assessment.
It is usually linked to education or training and is often optional, used to boost a resume or demonstrate expertise.
Now, license is also a noun, but it refers to an official document that grants legal permission to carry out a specific activity. For example, a business license is required to run any store in this area.
It is usually issued by a government agency and is mandatory by law.
Here's a simple way to remember. A certificate shows what you've done, while a license lets you do something.
Exactly. It's clear once you understand the difference.
And yes, you can use both in the same sentence. She received a certificate for completing the course and then applied for a license to work professionally in the field.
So, a certificate is about proof, and a license is about permission.
Right. Now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, keep exploring. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.